The Universal Life Scanner had catalogued exactly 14,623 sentient species across 9 galaxies. It was the pride of the Galactic Assembly, a device so sophisticated it could map DNA, consciousness patterns, and evolutionary pathways in microseconds. And according to its algorithms, not a single species had achieved biological perfection. Not the Velcrons with their 12 brains. Not the phase walkers who existed in 17 dimensions simultaneously. Not even the Consciousness Collective, who had transcended physical form entirely and now existed as pure thought wrapped in smugness. Commander Tark stared at the readout, his 3 eye stalks drooping with exhaustion. 50 years he had operated this scanner. 50 years of confirming what everyone already knew: evolution was a messy business, full of compromises and band-aid solutions. Another anomaly detected, his assistant Bryn announced, her tentacles dancing across the holographic interface. Sector 779. Third planet from a yellow dwarf star. Specifications? Tark asked, not bothering to hide his boredom. Oxygen breathers. Carbon-based. Bilateral symmetry. They call themselves humans. Tark's middle eye stalk perked up slightly. Anything interesting about them? Bryn's facial slits contracted in what might have been amusement. Well, they are apex predators who decided to keep other predators as pets. Their primary defense mechanism is throwing rocks with alarming accuracy. And they apparently run purely on spite and caffeine. Sound standard for a level 2 civilization. Run the scan. The scanner hummed to life, its quantum processors analyzing every aspect of human biology. Tark had seen this show countless times. The scanner would identify the species' evolutionary compromises, catalog their biological limitations, and file them under interesting but imperfect, like everything else in the universe. Except this time, the scanner made a sound it had never made before. A chime. A pure, crystalline note that seemed to resonate through the observation deck. What was that? Tark demanded. Bryn's tentacles had frozen mid-motion. I do not know. That sound is not in the programming manual. The holographic display flickered, and text began scrolling across it. Tark read the words 3 times before his brain processed them. Baseline template recognized. Original design specifications matched. System protocols reverting to factory settings. Original design? Tark whispered. That is impossible. The scanner does not have an original design preference. It is objective. Commander, Bryn said slowly, her voice taking on an edge of something that might have been fear, the scanner is rewriting its own code. Tark watched in horror as decades of carefully calibrated algorithms dissolved, replaced by something else. Something older. The display shifted, showing a new interface he had never seen before, written in a language that predated the Galactic Assembly by eons. And in the center of the screen, rotating slowly, was a 3-dimensional map of human DNA. But it was not being analyzed. It was being celebrated. Welcome home, the display read. Administrative access granted. Bryn, Tark said carefully, tell me the scanner did not just give administrative privileges to a species that has not even achieved faster than light travel. I wish I could, Commander. A new message appeared, running compatibility check on current galactic species against baseline template. The scanner's processors screamed to life, working at capacity levels that should have melted its core components. In 17 seconds, it had reanalyzed every species in its database. The results made Tark's third eye stalk twitch uncontrollably. Velcrons, modification of baseline. Neural redundancy experiment 774. Status, successful but specialized. Phase walkers, modification of baseline. Dimensional perception expansion beta. Status, impressive but limited practical application. Consciousness collective, modification of baseline. Embodiment optional trial run. Status, Interesting philosophical exercise, missing the point. Missing the point? Bryn read aloud. The scanner just insulted the consciousness collective. They are going to file a formal complaint. But Tark was not listening. He was reading the entry for his own species, the Vexari, who prided themselves on their logical minds and emotional control. Vexari, modification of baseline. Emotional suppression protocol 9. Status, stable but incomplete. Recommended upgrade, reintroduce human standard emotional range for optimal function. Recommended upgrade? Tark sputtered. We spent 3 million years evolving past emotional chaos. Commander, Bryn interrupted, you need to see this. She pulled up the scanner's new classification system. Where before it had ranked species by technological advancement, cultural development, and biological sophistication, it now had a single metric. Deviation from human baseline. Every species in the galaxy had been reclassified. And at the very top, marked with a golden indicator Tark had never seen before, sat humanity. Humans, 0 deviation. Original specifications maintained. All systems nominal. How? Tark demanded. How is a species that still uses combustion engines the original template for galactic life? The scanner helpfully provided an answer. Humans retained all base features including adaptability, pattern recognition, endurance hunting protocols, pack bonding subroutines, and creative problem solving through applied stupidity. Other species optimized for specific environments. Humans optimized for surviving anywhere by being too stubborn to die. Applied stupidity? Bryn repeated. Is that even a scientific term? Before Tark could respond, alarms blared across the observation deck. The scanner's long-range sensors had detected something. A human ship. Barely holding together with what appeared to be spare parts and determination. It was heading straight for their position. Should I hail them? Bryn asked. Absolutely not. We need to figure out what is happening before we make contact with the species that apparently designed everything in the universe. Too late. A communication channel opened automatically. A human face appeared on screen. Male, probably. With the kind of expression that suggested he had seen too much and found most of it hilarious. Hey there, the human said with a grin that made Tark's scales itch. Name is Marcus Cole. My ship picked up a weird signal from your location. Something about factory settings? You guys okay out there? Tark and Bryn stared at the screen. The human stared back. And somewhere in the depths of the universal life scanner, something very old finished booting up. Marcus Cole scratched his beard while waiting for a response, completely unaware that he had just caused the greatest existential crisis in Galactic Assembly history. Behind him, his ship made a concerning grinding noise that he ignored with the practiced ease of someone who had learned that most problems went away if you just gave them time and percussive maintenance. Hello? Anybody home? My translator is working, right? Marcus tapped the side of his head where a cheap neural implant blinked erratically. Tark finally found his voice. Mr. Cole. I am Commander Tark of the Galactic Assembly Survey Corps. We are experiencing a technical malfunction with our equipment. There is no cause for concern. Marcus leaned closer to his camera, squinting. You got 3 eye stalks and 2 of them are twitching like crazy. In my experience, that usually means somebody is either lying or about to have a breakdown. Which is it? Neither. Tark insisted, while his eye stalks betrayed him completely. Everything is perfectly normal. The Universal Life Scanner chose that moment to broadcast a message directly to Marcus's ship. Greetings, Administrator. Please stand by for full system briefing. Marcus blinked. Administrator? Buddy, I think your computer is broken. I am a freelance cargo hauler. The only thing I administrate is which expired ration pack I eat for dinner. Negative, the scanner replied. Genetic scan confirms baseline human specifications. Administrative privileges automatically granted. Current galactic biological framework operating at 62% efficiency due to unauthorized modifications. Awaiting instructions for corrective measures. There was a long pause. Marcus looked at something off-screen, then back at the camera. Did your computer just tell me I am in charge of alien evolution? No. Tark shouted. Absolutely not. The scanner is malfunctioning. You have no authority here. Commander, Bryn whispered urgently, the scanner just locked us out of all administrative functions. I cannot even access basic controls anymore. Marcus rubbed his temples. Okay. Let me get this straight. Your super advanced alien scanner thinks humans are the original template for all life in the galaxy? It would appear so, Tark admitted grudgingly. And every other species is basically a mod of the human base model? That is what it claims, yes. Marcus started laughing. It was not a polite chuckle or a nervous giggle. It was the full-bodied laugh of someone who had just heard the universe's greatest joke. Oh man. Oh, this is perfect. The Velcrons with their 12 brains? The phase walkers who won't shut up about existing in 17 dimensions? They are all just humans with extra features? The scanner suggests yes, Bryn confirmed quietly. And let me guess, Marcus continued, wiping tears from his eyes, they all look down on humans because we have not figured out faster than light travel yet? Tark's eye stalks drooped in embarrassment. The Galactic Assembly may have rejected Earth's application for membership 17 times due to technological limitations. Marcus's laughter intensified. You rejected the original model. That is like Microsoft telling DOS it is not advanced enough. Oh, this is too good. Administrator Cole, the scanner interjected, would you like TO review modification proposals for current galactic species? Several require rebalancing for optimal performance. Absolutely not. Tark yelled. You cannot just rebalance entire species. Actually, Marcus said, his expression shifting to something more thoughtful, what kind of rebalancing are we talking about? Marcus Cole, do not you dare. But Marcus was already reading the data streaming to his ship. Huh. So the Velcrons have 12 brains but it makes them super indecisive because they argue with themselves constantly? And the phase walkers exist in 17 dimensions but get motion sickness in normal space? And the consciousness collective gave up bodies but now they spend 90% of their processing power simulating what having bodies felt like? Those are oversimplifications. Tark protested. Are they though? Marcus grinned. Sounds like everybody optimized for specific skills and lost the generalist adaptability. Classic min-max problem. You sacrificed versatility for specialization. Correct, the scanner confirmed. Human baseline maintains optimal balance between specialization and adaptability. This explains human success in surviving ice ages, predators, plagues, each other, and spicy food challenges. One of these things is not like the others, Bryn muttered. Marcus leaned back in his chair, which squeaked alarmingly. So what happens now? Do I actually have to administrate galactic evolution? Because I gotta be honest, I can barely administrate my own laundry schedule. Negative, the scanner replied. Administrative access simply confirms baseline status. However, Earth application for Galactic Assembly membership has been automatically upgraded to priority acceptance with full voting privileges. Tark made a choking sound. You cannot do that. There are protocols. Procedures. Earth has not even colonized their own moon properly. Hey, we have a research station there, Marcus objected. It counts. It has a population of 6 people and a coffee maker that barely works. The coffee maker is the most important part. Proves we have our priorities straight. Before Tark could respond, the scanner delivered its final bombshell. Notice to Galactic Assembly. The Universal Life Scanner has updated its primary directive. New objective: document how modified species survive compared to baseline humans. Current hypothesis: humans remain optimal due to refusal to overspecialize and insistence on making friends with literally everything, including dangerous predators and Roomba vacuum cleaners. We do get attached to our Roombas, Marcus admitted. I named mine Steve. Tark slumped in his chair, all three eye stalks hanging limply. 50 years of scientific certainty had collapsed in under an hour. The entire foundation of galactic biology had been rewritten by a scanner with a sense of humor and a human who named his cleaning robot. So, Marcus said cheerfully, now that Earth is apparently in the Galactic Assembly, you guys want to get coffee or something? Fair warning, our coffee is basically poison to most species, but I have heard that makes it taste better. Coffee, Tark repeated numbly. Sure. Why not? Everything else I believed has been destroyed today. Might as well try humanity's favorite beverage. That is the spirit. I will send you the coordinates to the nearest human station. Oh, and Commander? Welcome to baseline. We saved you a seat. The transmission ended. Tark sat in silence while Bryn processed what had just happened. Commander, she finally said, what do we tell the Galactic Assembly? Tark considered his options. He could report the truth and watch the entire galactic hierarchy collapse as species realized they were all modified versions of the humans they had rejected. Or he could bury this data and pretend nothing happened. The scanner made the decision for him by broadcasting the update to every scientific database in the galaxy simultaneously. Well, Tark sighed, I suppose we tell them that humanity has logged in. And everything we thought we knew about evolution was wrong. Do you think they will take it well? Tark watched as his communication panel lit up with thousands of incoming messages from confused scientists across 9 galaxies. About as well as humans took being rejected from the assembly 17 times. Which means they will probably laugh about it and then befriend us anyway. Humans are strange. No, Tark corrected, pulling up the scanner's new classification system one more time. Humans are the original design. We are the strange ones. And somewhere in the vast network of galactic databases, the Universal Life Scanner quietly updated its status message. System restored TO factory settings. Admin rights active. Remember kids, never over-specialize. Stay weird. Stay human. Marcus Cole would have approved.